What is up, you guys? How are you doing? It's Thursday. Just saying. Super excited. I have gone over a few things, seen some questions, and I'm going to answer them. I have had the biggest launch of my coaching career, and I just want to let you guys know I am so grateful for you. So grateful for you. Hi, April. I got an idea and I was like, I don't want anyone going into the holidays panicked. Let me just power something up for them and get them super pumped as they go into the season to be motivated and not completely just fall, right? Flat on your face. Like, I'll carry you through it in the group, of course, but if I can get you to start it in such a high motivated state, that is awesome. So, and how about them Red Sox? I know, I'm in California and I love the Red Sox, but that's my baby boys team and I have been a big So let me just tell you guys a little why you're like, because I am an Angels fan too, why I'm a Red Sox fan. My son always had, he's played baseball his whole life, and he always had two coaches who are huge Red Sox fans gunning for him. And one was Keith and one was Mike. So every single year, this kid was on a Red Sox. He was a Red Sox since he was literally started Little League. I think he was on an Angel. You know how Little League had their names in Brea. We're able to use the sports names. But my son was always a Red Sox. I think he was an Angels one time and a Phillies one time. But out of all these years, he was always on the Red Sox, and he was so close to these coaches who are like mentors to him. They were like second dads. So it's just this bond that they have, and he plays baseball with the same people, and he always has. So I became a Red Sox fan because I'm a Joey fan. And it was like a lifelong dream to take him to go to Boston, and I took him over this summer with Kaylee, and it was so just awesome. I loved Boston. Because we also went to New York. I loved Boston. I was just so down to earth and just laid back, sports bar right next to I just loved it. So if you guys have never been to Boston, it's an awesome experience. Hi, Stacy. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? There's so much stuff going on. So I'll probably talk more about the pre-holiday boot camp after. That way I can give you guys some time to ask questions in there. So I'll try to get back to them. There's a lot of questions, but let me just tell you, I am so humbled. And I will tell you guys some things I went through this month, and I'm thinking I want to put it out in an email for you guys, because it just teaches you something, right? It's always teaching. I'm always sharing I'm being very vulnerable about my life. But sometimes when I'm digging through it and doing the work, I'm showing up to teach what I know, and then I have a breakthrough, and then I show up to teach that later. And I just want to just say showing up no matter what is everything. Everything, okay? I was torn down pretty bad this month in multiple ways. And some of it's just like, I look like a ghost. Hold on. Get a little color there. Some of it is just life, right? Life happens. I am a single mom, and yeah, it is my favorite freaking title. It is the world to me. I think single moms rock. I am a badass single mom. Everything I do is because I take complete pride in owning that title. I think I was meant for that title, but it doesn't mean it doesn't come with some backlash sometimes, and that I don't struggle. And I'm a really good coach, but I'm an empath, and that's why I share so much with you guys, is because I'm an empath, and I just believe in you. I believe in you guys so freaking much. I'm going to keep believing in you until you believe in yourself. And I've just seen so many changes, whether you've been in my group, my programs or not. I see people hearing my message, and that message ultimately is what's going to get you into the happiest state, your body, your mind, your career, your finances, if you listen to the messages. And one huge message I'm going to say, life is about showing up. It doesn't freaking matter. It's all going to pass. Still continue to show up, and it will all unfold for you. I showed up 4 to 5 times a week, no matter what, you guys. And I put on a face, and I got myself in a place where I just, before I would get on, what do they need? How can I help them? What do they need? How can I help them? And it took away everything else that I was dragging me down on the side. And I didn't give up. I still showed up, and I just had the biggest freaking launch of my coaching career, you guys. And it is going to be beautiful. So if you guys, I'll talk more about, what the pre-holiday launch is at the end, but I just want to say thank you. And it just shows that perseverance will always freaking win. Showing up, even if it's freaking messy, right? Because every time you show up, even if it's messy, if it's not perfect, it's not what you thought, if you're scared, what do people think? It doesn't freaking matter. You just show up. It will all work in your favor. Drop the rest out, right? One thing I know is I show up and I take massive action and I let it unfold and perfect itself. But if I show up with my heart, it is going to work out always. There's my tip for the day. Preacher mode. Here's another thing I want to go into, right? Let me go into really quick about coffee. You guys keep, a lot of people always keep asking about coffee. People are messaging me for more bulletproof coffee recipes, and I'm not going to give you bulletproof coffee recipes, but if you understand, I'm not saying you can't have bulletproof coffee recipes, right? Like the base of it is to add some fat. Hi Blake, add some fat in the coffee because it'll help you get in ketosis, right? But eventually you're able to pull that out. So a bulletproof coffee is kind of something you can do to hack your body in the beginning. If it works for some people consistently where it fills them up all day and then they just have to, then great. But usually people that come to me are struggling with the emotional side of eating and the fearful side of eating. And you're actually wanting to learn how to make food and wanting to go to that food rather than feel restricted. So just know where you're at on that spectrum, right? It either works for you or it's just a lot of calories when you're still worried about what you're going to eat for the rest of the meals. Then it's not working for you. Does that make sense? And they become very scrumptious because fat is flavor, right? It's like, fat. It sounds weird at first when you're new to the bulletproof coffee thing, but I can tell you right now, I don't hit my goals when I have that. April, yes, and you have to learn to substitute. It's very hard to do. It's not hard. A lot of vegans have such a wide variety. Sorry, you guys, I just started answering a question. She asked, do you have a plan for vegans? I can give you tips easy for vegans. But when it comes to weight loss, you just have to there's so many things that fill up that plate. The biggest tip is throw down the veggies, learn how to make the veggies amazing, and not get caught up in all the packaged vegan food. That's like my absolute biggest tip. And know where your protein is going to come from. Know where you're going to protein, even if you don't like the way it tastes, make sure you get that protein in. That was my bit. My sister makes an amazing scramble. I know that avocado should be a huge staple for you as well. Okay, so when it comes to the coffee though, you guys, you can do any recipe that I do with some kind of fat in it or without. So I've done English toffee recipe, right? I use English toffee stevia. I love my peppermint mochas because I don't add anything in my coffee except that and some ketones. I don't even always add the ketones. I just do sometimes. And that'll make it taste like a peppermint mocha. I want my body to be fasted as long as possible. And I am not hungry in the morning, so I don't need stuff in there. My body's already hacked. But if you're still in that stage in the beginning, where you feel hungry and your body's pulling from all these carbs, then you might need it as a tool. And I would rather you put a little coconut oil in there and call it a day and just use it as a tool until then. Don't make your coffee too much of the focus of the day. I have coffee as a tool. I get some energy from it, gives me something to sip on. I mean, who doesn't like coffee? I literally get the right coffee and I just smell it. I'm like, Am I the only one that does that? Like, you guys do that, right? I know you do that. I hope you do that because coffee's life. Okay, so any other questions on coffee before I move forward? If you know how to search, you can go in Keto Soul, you can search for Keto Soul Sisters. You can go into the bar and then you could search coffee and see what pops up. Then you can search my name. All right, so you're in my name and then you can enter coffee and see what videos come up, right? I have so many. Go to my YouTube and see what I've uploaded with the coffee. I know I did a coffee protein shake. That's usually like my second coffee. I just kind of like the flavor of coffee. Hi, Kathy. Okay, so I'm so excited, so excited. Okay, so then I have there's a lot of new members, and I just want to say welcome to the group also. And one of the biggest tips I'm going to tell you is go to files. On the left side, when you are in the group, go look for files. Click on files, click on announcements. Fill up your cup right there first, because we've put in the work to build some things, these staples that everyone in the group puts on repeat and everybody loves and everybody talks about. They're amazing, amazing tips. They are in files for you. So look for that rather than just going down the feed and asking everybody, because do your work first. I built that there for you for a reason. Another thing is just go to the videos. Go to the videos and just look at the titles and see what can help you. You can also go to my personal page and look at the videos too. I do videos every week there, and then I do videos every week in here, and usually they're shared in the group so that you guys get them all. And then my YouTube channel, I make sure I at least do one separate video that nobody sees, because I have to put it together. I'm able to do longer videos and mesh it together for you guys. So I'm trying to get better at that, but me going in and changing it all, cutting it and blending it, it's like a pain in the butt. So I've tried at least do like once a week, right? And then these ones are always uploaded as well, because eventually they'll fall off of Facebook. So that way I can kind of keep that inventory going there, if that makes sense. Right? I do give you a lot of content, so I'm not like, listen to everything Bria says. I'm saying like I literally just show up and give content, and I have for a while. So there's so much information. Snacks. So people have been asking about snacks, and my biggest advice about snacks is save it for your meal. Even if it's snacky food, have it as a meal. Stop the grazing and eating all day. If you're new to keto, that's just a habit from before keto. So you should be able to hack your appetite where snacks are minimal, and then you can control what you're going to eat in your plan. Sometimes my food is my snack, right? If that's a state I'm in where I'm so busy, but I still have my food prepped and I go grab it, it's more like a snack because I'm not sitting down with a full plate, but it is my food, right? So really, the biggest tip I can give you for weight loss in any plan you have is be prepared with what you're gonna eat. If you're showing up and following me to lose weight, then you gotta show up and prepare. Do not let yourself walk in blind, because when you hit a hunger point and you don't know what you're grabbing or going to, you're gonna find yourself in a mess because you're hungry and everything around you is not the right food, right? So there's your tip there. I mean, planning, I preach this all the time. Planning is everything. And if you're like, I don't like to cook, I'm excited too, Tamara. I don't like to cook. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this. I don't like that. Do you hear my face? Do you see this face right now? Oh, I gotta get tough love with you guys right now. Let me just tell you something. Moving on to resistance. If I don't tell you, you might not identify it, okay? Resistance. I don't cook. I don't have time to prep. I don't like this. I don't like that. But what if I don't like all that? Well, figure that out, because that's resistance. Figure out what you like and build around it then. Stop resisting what you actually want. So write on a paper what you don't want. I don't want to be overweight anymore. I don't want my numbers to be, I don't want my blood pressure to be high. I don't want to be a type 2 diabetic. You know what? I don't want to feel like I am running out of breath when I'm chasing my kids around. I don't want my belly hanging over my jeans. By the way, these are all preference. This is you in your head, what you're telling yourself, because we all aren't judging any of that. We're all our own worst critic, right? Find out your reasons why you don't want something. Write them down. I don't want this. What do you want? Stop resisting in between. Anytime we want anything, we got to put it into play. We got to put it into play, and we got to do it. And if I'm not going to be able to do that. Oh, I've failed that so many times. When somebody says, I don't know if this is going to work for me because I failed so many times, because you resisted. That is resistance. Identify that. What you did in the past absolutely does not matter. It doesn't matter in this very moment. Own that, right? Oh my gosh, did you see that? Oh my God. Did you guys see it? Did you feel that little shake right now? My thing just shook all on its own, just so you know. But it's because April's on here. April, knock it off. What I'm telling you though, is that if you put that thought and I failed this, I failed that, I can't, I didn't make it, I've nosedived. For one, forgive yourself right now. That time is over. That time is over. Let's move it away, right? Write down what you don't want, take the tools for what you do want, and stop resisting in between. I cannot beat it in your guys' heads enough that you are able to do whatever it is you want to do. And you got to remove the voices and remove the other voices too, like the negative Nellies. You got to remove them, because you're on this journey of trying to heal those own voices, because we all know, we've all been there, right? I'm hoping to pull you guys to this other side. I'm constantly pulling myself to the other side. I have to let certain people go that are pulling my energy down and making me doubt or go back to my old self. Somebody that didn't complete something, someone that thought I wasn't going to make it here, I wasn't good enough to do this. That is only you in your head, or somebody else poisoning you, because hurt people, right? This moment right now, I'm telling you, you are amazing and you are able to do whatever. I don't care what your past is, what's going on right now. You can do whatever it is you want to do, and you happen to be following me for weight loss. Remove the resistance. There's so many of you guys are doing my pre-holiday plan, right? We're going in and I'm letting you know you're removing the resistance. I'm going to make sure you remove that resistance, because we are going and you are holding my hand, and it is going to be what it is. You are going to do it and you are going to get these results, and that's the end of the story. And I'm going to be right here reminding you, don't have any resistance. You're not going to feel hungry. You're not going to feel deprived. You might have to be disciplined and remove things away, right? But it should be satisfying, because every single day you're going to wake up a pound lighter. If I'm waking up a pound lighter, I guarantee you're waking up a pound lighter, because there's nobody that plateaus like my ass. Like, seriously. My body's like, no, you exercise 6 times a week. We're good. This is our homeostasis. This is where we're comfortable. So if I shock my body, I'm shocking yours. But we are going to remove the resistance. It's going to be simplified. It's going to be yummy. And you are going to have it in your head every single day. I am removing the resistance. I am not in my own way. I am moving forward. You're going to be focused on what you're doing rather than what's been done, rather than what you don't like. You are going to know what you do like and where you are going with it. I am going to show you what is possible in that short amount of time, where you're going to be like, holy smokes, she's right. I am right. I'm 100% right. Because we all have stuff. We all have voices. We all have people around us. We all are going through some shit. If you guys knew my deepest fears and what hit me this month, and I showed up for you, and I developed this program for you, and it launched like badass. I am living proof that if you remove the resistance and show up to what you want to do, whether it's for you or for other people, right? Because if you show up for yourself, you're going to naturally show up for other people. So that's always going to work itself out. But you don't have to take on everything else from everyone else. You have to show up for your kids and know how to handle that, right? Like, most of us are moms, so I know, right? That's your role. And you got to stay strong in that and let them be their own. You got to let them be their own. Oh, one of the biggest parenting advices I can give you guys, and I struggle with it every day. Oh my God, we can all say it, right? But then you got to own it. Because when it comes to your own kids, it's like, dude, you want to control everything. You want to make sure they're safe. You want to make sure you want to make sure they know what they're doing. Like, I'm going through all those things with my son as a teenager, becoming his own man, and I am all alone in it, you guys. So alone in it. I literally have that weight on me. It's up to me to make him a man and to make him smart and wise and make the right decisions. And it's really not up to me. It's up to me to influence him in the best way I can. Letting that go and understanding that is a daily challenge. I have to release my own resistance. Make sense? Give me a heart if it makes sense. Every single day I do it. I have to release my own resistance. And I work really hard in doing it. And you want to know why I had the biggest launch? in my freaking coaching career, hi Megan, the reason I had the biggest launch is because I've released my own resistance. I've let other people go that I take on too many energies. Like, I can't save the world. You have to show up and do your part when I teach, right? But sometimes I just want to like just do too much. It becomes a pattern with me where I'm wanting to save the world. And then I fall flat on my face and I gotta learn the lesson all over again. It's part of life. But they're beautiful freaking lessons, and they take you to the next stage of your life. It happens. And if you don't really understand this with food, if you've been overweight for a long time and you go, you're good, and then you sabotage because some old resisting thoughts are coming in at that moment. You don't have to. You don't have to fast 4 days. I mean, if you're strong in that mindset, then that's a healing part. But if we're not strong in that mindset, you don't need to fast for 4 days, right? It's why I don't do the fast too much with you guys, because I have so many people that are coming to me that really need to understand that they need to believe in themselves and learn to nourish their food. I'm not throwing anyone into a 3-day fast like that's going to heal everything. At a certain point, you're able to do that. But you're not ready for it until we really stop beating ourselves up and stop resisting. Real food, real keto primal food is delicious food. When you really make it to your taste buds, you should be resisting any of the crap food that you feel you can't go without or you're addicted to. And right now, if you're still addicted to that food, you need to remove yourself from even seeing it and focus on that daily wake up, that daily, like say the holiday boot camp, that daily wake up. Right now I'm doing it because I have to fine tune all the details for you guys, right? I wake up every day like boom. And if you're new to me, I don't weigh myself usually, but I'm doing it because I'm giving you guys the result. Step on that scale, everything looks leaner. Like, I am in that freaking flow. I am in that zone right now. I have it all written out, planned out, and there is no resistance behind it. And you want to know why? Because I'm doing it for you guys, right? Like, I'm doing it for me too, and I love it. But more powerful when I know I'm going to change your guys' life through it, right? It might be a little sample, little tidbit of my coaching, but you're going to master that 3 weeks, that 4 weeks, however long you want to do it. It's probably going to be about 3 weeks. You're going to do it. You're going to do it if you remove the resistance. And I'm constantly going to remind you. And it is detailed. So, I'm supposed to look at my notes. Know what you don't want. Know what you do want. And then you put that energy into that action. Okay? So if you want to lose 15 pounds, that's the only thing you're thinking about. That might be some generic, like, oh, that's kind of like, it's okay. It's something for you to focus on. If you know how you look, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, envision that. Know what you want. Know you're going to get there in that 3 weeks. It might be 25. It all depends on your body and how bad I shock it. I'm sorry, Megan, I missed your comment. I'm sorry, my friend. And hold on, I have to go back because I feel like I need to speak on this. Yes, so here's the thing. Let me finish this and I'm gonna relate this to that, okay? If you stay there where you're gonna go, no matter what it is, okay? Say it's the 15-pound weight, okay? That's what I want, 15 pounds, all right? There we go. That's what I do want. I don't want to be out of breath right now. I know what I don't want. I don't want my belly hanging over my jeans. I don't want my jeans tight. That's what I don't want, right? I do want to be 15 pounds. I want to be strong and lean. I see myself there. I want to be happy in love. I want to be happy on my own, not brokenhearted about somebody else, right? Did I just go to another level? I did. And you can. You absolutely can. If you feel your stomach hurting and you go in and out, I'm good, but why wasn't I good enough? Why wasn't I good enough, right? That's a breakup sometimes when we're heartbroken. I'm a ghost again. I'm sorry, guys. You want to focus on feeling content. I want to feel happy. Because if you focus too much on I want to be happy in love with a partner that loves me unconditionally, If you don't focus first on, I want to be happy and really happy, not fake, not healing happy. There's a difference, right? I'm gonna smile through this pain and I'm grinding through it, right? You might be there right now, AKA Megan. I think we're there, and that's okay because it's a beautiful place. If you own that happy place in that hurt, you are gonna continue to get happier and happier and happier, because let me tell you right now, where you're going and where you're digging is honestly the best time of your life. I have the freaking chills right now. The best time of your life. I'm like looking at her. I'm like talking about, because you're in the corner over there. If you are going through a heartbreak and you are trying to figure this out on your own, and the light bulbs go off and you feel it and you know you didn't settle and you know this, and then you'll hurt all over again. But then you go back into that self-love part. Go back into it, go back into it, go back into it, and realize happiness is within you. It's always in you. And own it right now, because you're going to the most amazing, powerful, beautiful place by owning that space on your own. It's actually exciting because you decided not to take something that doesn't serve you. You stood up for yourself. You know you're enough. And now you're working into that feeling every single day. And it is happening. There's nothing that can stop you from it happening unless you go back or somebody pulls you, distracts you, and you let yourself go into a different place. But when somebody's going through a breakup, the best thing I tell them is own that place of finding yourself, because you will never be the same. You will never be the same. And the right person that's supposed to be with you is going to just walk right up one day, because that's how the universe works. That's how God works. It's right there. I don't ever have to look for it. I'm on my mission. I'm doing my thing, and I'm 100% satisfied and happy where I'm at in my space of healing and learning and growing and teaching, and my dog, I just embrace everything about it. And then right when you feel that balance, boom, it's coming to you. And there's a soul mate. And then there's like this twin flame thing that I hear about. I'm like, whatever, just kidding. No, I guess there's a twin flame. But I know what the soulmate is, right? The soulmate is the soul jerker. It makes you stronger than anything ever. That one huge, massive heartbreak where you couldn't picture your life without him. You thought your soulmate was, you were a ride or die. You take all his flaws. You loved him unconditionally. But somehow they didn't give it back. They didn't give it back or see what they had. Right? That unconditional love that you would have had to show up and you would have put your needs to the side. You would have done it. That is your soul jerker. You are supposed to be like in this transition mode where you come out never the same. So I understand it so freaking well. The only resistance that will stop you from healing right now is if you dip back into that place of, this is who I thought I was supposed to be with. This is who I thought I was supposed to be with. This is who I really want to love my life. And you are. You're in it. You're so in it and growing in it, Megan. She just put, I really want to love my life without needing someone else. You're in it. You're in it and you're growing in it. Trust the process. Trust the process and only focus on you right now. There's just such a beauty in that. And I promise, like, it's just going to evolve every single week, right? Just let it evolve. My heartbreak was my biggest blessing in my life. And there's no anger, there's no hurt, there's no pain. There was a lot of sadness for a long, long time. A long, long time. And I still will pray for him and wish him the best. And just, my heart is still with him. I'm just over here protecting my life. Does that make sense? Nobody could ever tell me that I can't love that man. I can love him from far and be 100% happy on my own. And I had like a very vivid dream the other day that might have before got my hopes up, but it gave me so much closure. It gave me so much closure, because you can't fix the person on the other side. That's not your job. I know, this is going into a whole nother level. Hi, honey. It's beauty. So I encourage you to not resist in that transition. It's the same thing, you guys, when it comes to your body and weight. You might be heartbroken and losing 10 pounds because you can't eat, and then you can go into this binge eating, I'm not enough, he didn't love me, and go on a Saturday diet and ruin your whole plan. Don't get stuck in that pattern. That's resistance. That's definitely resistance. So I'm not saying I got here overnight. The journey of me getting here and being so happy on my own has taken years, and I haven't stopped digging for it. What we think we know is not what we know. And once you cross to that other side, which you're starting to cross over, you see the world differently. I'm not with anybody. I literally am excited all the time because I know what's supposed to be coming to me is coming, and it's going to align with me. It will align, and I will know right away because I've grown so strong. I dated somebody about a year ago, and we were so connected. If that's a twin flame, I think that was a twin flame. Honestly, it was like my best friend. We were just like shooting the shit. It was so easy. And then it got hard because there's things in both of our lives that had to be healed on their own. And I don't know what the experience was for, but it took me to the next level, and I own it. I finally let somebody in. I hadn't let somebody in for 4 freaking years, you guys. I was like there was one person I dated for a hot second, and I was like, you got about 5 minutes to fix that. Like, what a bitch. Who? You guys don't know me like that. I'm not like that to you. Why was I like that to that poor guy, right? Then, so that was like a hot minute. Like, I wouldn't say hot minute. It was just a minute. It was so mean. I should not say that like that. But the person I dated a year ago, it was like so natural. And it was a few months, and it was really like, almost like our lives were supposed to be together, kind of. But then when it got hard and some behaviors weren't the same as when I first met him, I just decided that those behaviors don't serve where I'm supposed to be with you guys, like my goals in coaching, right? I couldn't save. I usually try to save people. I couldn't save that. He had to go on it on his own, right? And I don't know what the experience about. I don't dwell on it. I literally appreciate it. I stuck up for myself finally. I wasn't like, I'm this ride or die unconditional. I'm going down with you. No. I'm going to save me and my son and my life and people that need to hear my message and have my coaching. I have to focus on what I'm supposed to be here to do. So I just let it go. And there was no like, I'm sure there was pain, right? But there was so much forgiveness and love for that person on their journey. It was just the game changer. From the 4-year split from my 10-year relationship to dating somebody that I finally let somebody in, like the growth is insane. And it's been my choice since then to just grow here with you guys, to not let anybody in. That's just my choice. It feels good to have that power and own that without fear though. So you're like literally in beginning stages as I was when I left my 10-year relationship. And I see you surrendering. This is to the person I was talking to and anyone else that relates. I see you seeing it differently. And I see you growing. So go into the space of being excited to grow without resistance. Because what's happening for you is going to make you so freaking happy. Tamara said, what day time are the regular Facebook live Facebooks? I want to put a reminder on my calendar. So on Monday and Wednesday. So Monday I come on my personal page, 11:11. Wednesday 11:11 on my personal page. Tuesday is 1:11, and then Thursday is 11:11. There's ones everywhere, you guys. I did a Tuesday at 1:11, and it was a pretty good time. Yeah, I got a lot of feedback from you guys, so I just kept it at that for now. 11:11 is usually like a perfect time for me. Yeah. So I would say you're growing. So I've changed a lot, but I need to change a lot more. No more chasing people. Yeah. And if you chase them too much and because you want to keep that person, and so you know you're a very good person, you have to have a boundary though. There's got to be a boundary. Like you at this age, we should be coming in complete, right? Nobody can come in my life unless they're complete on their like journey. Not complete, but they got to come in strong in their way. I got to come in strong in my way. I feel like the person I dated a year ago, we were on our way to this healing stage, but there was still so much to do. There was so much of a journey he had to go through in his business. I had to go through in my business. I feel like, honestly, I probably brought him and all his exes like back together, because there's got to be a flow to that relationship. And I believe that. I believe there should be a flow with relationships with their exes, their moms and the kids. Like, it should be a beautiful relationship. So it wasn't mine to, I think I was a good influence in that way, where he could see that. Like, I embrace my ex's exes. I do. I love them, unless they're not nice people, but they're amazing people. So I got lucky, right? But that's all just there's a reason for every part of it, and you need to just grow with it and own it and know that you're amazing. Amazing. But you got to know you're amazing. That's coming in complete. You got to own that and know you're amazing. If there's anything I could say right now, when you change old patterns and grow, they will come back up. They will come back up in other ways. So I would put my needs to the side and just show up for my ex like whatever. Just, I love him, you know, ride or die. Like, I love him, period. He was a good man. There's a lot of coldness and wounds there. And I accepted him. I knew them. I didn't blame. I owned it, right? He didn't know how to say I love you, but I knew he loved me. So I just accepted that. And then the other one, I forgot why I was saying that. Shit. I really had a good message for Megan again. Because I didn't plan on talking about this. Oh, no, this is what I would say. I put my needs to the side. And then the second one I started putting, he's not the second one, it's the one person I really dated like a year ago. I put my needs to the side. So it was this pattern of me doing so much for him to keep him happy, I guess. It was an old pattern that started showing back up. And it showed up again in the form of a friend. And I didn't even realize it until the lesson needed to be learned. I was doing the same. I was trying to save somebody, and they were just bringing so much negative energy, and I ended up like just having to pull back. Like, you're not even seeing, like, I had a lesson and they have a lesson, and I can't control it, right? The same pattern of me taking care of somebody and them not appreciating what I was doing was happening again. So I was putting myself and my time out there, and then it was like all this expectation and judgment, and like it was just going to come to a hot mess. You have to start to notice those things as patterns. Because you're trying to wait for the outcome, Megan. So Megan just said, I know any guy would be lucky to have me, but why do I feel the need to convince people? Because you're waiting for an outcome. You have to let go of the outcome. You have to tune in silently and know when something's right for you. Like, there's a time when you're first going through a split where you're waiting for that attention and somebody to go, oh my gosh, you're it. You're it. And I get that every time. If somebody like dates me, you've got everything going on, and then I let them pull what I have going on down, right? And it's you might have everything going on. You're an amazing person with an amazing heart, but you got to walk in there complete enough to know your boundaries, that they have to come in complete too. And that's going to be a hard one to find. That's why you need to clear the space. Clear the space and work on yourself, because that person that fits you perfectly doesn't have the space to come in if you're filling it with just fluff. Ooh, does that make sense? That's got to make sense, you guys. Don't fill the space with fluff. Enjoy your life. That's too much thinking. It's too much thinking. If this person texts me, if this person call me, blah, 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 blah. It's way too much thinking. Just clear that space. You'll know when you're supposed to see somebody or talk to somebody. If you clear that space. Clearing the space is the battle. If that makes sense. All right, you guys, does anyone have questions about, this chair, if I sit on it too long, it always ends up, about the holiday boot camp. I'm so excited. I'm just literally focusing on putting the details together for you guys. It will be very detailed, very specific to shock your bodies. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm going to send you a few things, Megan. I got your back. I'm going to send you a few things. Overthinking is the killer. It's literally the killer of happiness. And the more you start freeing your mind and sitting in stillness, then what's supposed to happen will come in. I promise you that. Speaking, talking about it. You need to just hear what you're supposed to do, learn, and then just go in peace. I will, Rachel. I would love to. Yay! Love you too. Love you too, friend. Just know you're always enough. All of you are enough. All of you are enough. You guys realize, like, say you're single and you're waiting and that's what you're thinking about and why this didn't work with it. You realize you're trying to control something that's not in your control. And the more you try to control, the more you're going to learn the hard lessons. Your only job you have to do is focus on yourself and healing yourself. And when you know that there's happiness on the other side, you should be completely happy into going to that place. It's the same thing with my coaching. When it comes to eating, I'm letting you know this is it on the other side. We're going to shape this and build this and let you know that this is it. This is happening. Remove the resistance and it happens. Trust that process. Trust it with all your heart, because when you go to that side and know that this world is working for you, if you just stop and let it happen and live happy in the moment, living happy and joyful in the moment while you're going there, you're gonna get in this flow, and everything's just gonna start working out for you. It is. It doesn't mean you sit there and it's a law of attraction and you just wait for it to happen. You do the damn thing. You do the damn thing knowing it's happening for you. That's what you do. I am a huge, massive action taker. I do the damn thing knowing it's happening for me. And I've removed the resistance finally, and things happen. I removed the self-sabotage. Things happen. Removing old patterns. Things happen. It's part of your journey. It's part of your journey, and it's supposed to happen. I'm watching Jennifer. Will be okay to do the boot camp already joined. Yeah, definitely. You have a week. Just focus on staying all keto foods. Okay, so thank you for saying that. Anyone joining the boot camp, if you're new to keto, worried about being adapted, worried about being fat adapted, blah, 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 drop your freaking carbs right now and don't cheat, and then come right in. Okay? Know what a carb is, know to drop it. Add some fat around your plan every time you build something and get your body adapted as possible. And if you're not fully adapted, I'll give you some tools when you come in. You'll be fine. It's not, you probably will next week. You guys, usually if you like using ketones in your plan, order some ketones. You guys have been in this group enough. It's not required to order ketones. It's never ever required to order ketones. It helps with cravings, it helps with appetite suppressant, it helps with inflammation, it helps with mental clarity, so I use them. But I don't even want to sound like you have to order ketones because everybody gets all on this ketone talk, and that's a preference. People that are in my arms and they trust me, they end up ordering them because they know I wouldn't even spend that money if it wasn't worth it. Oh, is tonight is it your birthday, Blake? Everybody say happy birthday to Blake. Vicky, if you rewatch the video, you're gonna see where I explain where my Boston fan loyalty comes from. But I am an Angels fan, just so you know. Yeah, have salad. Have salad. Stay away from the carbs. Stay away from the bread. You said Italian, right? So restaurant tip. Blake said the family's taking me out to dinner for my birthday tonight. Italian. Where are you going? Since she lives in California, so maybe I can help her with this. Do you know the restaurant? Happy birthday to Blake. Happy birthday to Blake. Let me know where you're going, and I can help you with that. I don't know. Oh, I don't know that place. Can't help you. I don't know. I'm not a big Italian eater. I don't know that place. So I think that's nice. So you're going to have a lot of chicken. Traditional Italian, like a nice restaurant, is going to have Italian dishes, like chicken dishes. So you should always be fine. Hi, Shelly. How are you? So I'm super excited. Today is the last day to use the $10 coupon code. This boot camp going into the holidays is going to motivate you. You are going to have no choice but to be in joy the whole time, because I'm going to show up dancing and telling you, you're in joy. We're doing this. You're doing it with us. The group is going to motivate each other on you're going to see what it's like if you're struggling to step into a freaking kick-ass vibration. Like, it's an energy of, we are doing this. We are all doing this. Everyone's getting results. It's not like, am I going to get results? Yeah, you are. Oh, yeah, you are. I'm really freaking good at getting you results. And I'm going to give you the energy to just be pumped while you're going through it. Because that's where it's at right there. And if I can get you into that state, we're going to continue to be in that state. Yeah, Christina's doing it right now. She's my beta tester. Me and Christina are doing all the food, the exact plan right now. So she'll have an update, I think. I think she's taking some pictures and letting you guys know her numbers. Yeah, I'm not scale obsessed, but I'm confident in this program to where I can go ahead and give you numbers on that level. Like, you follow this program, you're allowed to weigh yourself. I tell people to get off the scale. All right, you guys, I love you, and I love spending this time with you. I will be popping in this weekend and tomorrow, because I'm just getting a lot of questions about the program, so I'll just be popping in and giving you guys more information and some tips around it. We are having a live essential oil training tomorrow, and that, I think, is an announcement. So if you guys get in there, we tried to do the call yesterday, and it was so, like, I have no idea why, but the live just was horrible. It was like I wasn't allowed to partner up with somebody on the screen for some reason. So I'm going to make it a live Zoom call, and it'll be uploaded as a free course for you guys to watch later. So that'll be pretty awesome. But there's a link to get on that list, so then that way you get the number to call in the Zoom. Yeah, right? When you're doing my pre-holiday boot camp, the scale is going to be your friend. It's going to be your motivator. And that's so opposite from what I tell you guys. But because I know what you're doing, it's going to be your friend. It will be your friend and your motivator. Okay, any question? Oh! The I Am contest. Or no. Yeah. The 4-day challenge. That's what the hashtag was. I got to pull the winner. I keep forgetting about this. What? Okay, these are the names that did it for 4 days. But let me tell you, the people that did it and did it for 4 days, they got into that disciplined energy where they removed the resistance. People don't like doing that, but that's where the power's at. Nicole Eddy, you won! And we are going to put your package together and mail it to you. So, Nicole Eddy, make sure that you PM private message Christina for me. If you don't know who Christina is, she's my assistant. So if it's not Christina, then message me if you don't. She's on here, so she'll tag you. Christina, just make sure you tag her. All right, you guys, any more questions? Megan, I hope this was helpful, because you know I love you, and I see you. I see your journey, girl. I see, and Rachel, I see yours too. There's so many people in this group that are appreciating you guys for putting yourself out there so I can speak on it, because as women, we tend to beat ourselves up when it comes to a dude. Oh man, hater right now. I'm not a man hater. But we do. And until you flip that switch and know that you always have a plan who you're supposed to be with, there's always that person, that love of your life that you think, like, if you guys saw my post on my personal page yesterday, like, I literally thought I could not live without this man. I was willing to just be unhappy and be with him. I mean, I stayed with him 2 years without him talking to me. You don't even understand, like, the pain I felt when going home. Like, this vibrant, high energy Bria I was just like, I don't understand. Like, why are you so mean? Like, I love you so much. It was so sad. So sad. God. Ugh. You guys like Napoleon Dynamite? Stupid. I still love him with all my heart. I just don't need to be in love in that thinking I have to be with him. It's a very peaceful place to be. So if you're not there yet, know it's there. Let me give you one more big tip. Forgive him. Forgive whoever it is that hurt you and let you down, because he is just a human too, with his own experiences that have taught him how to love a certain way. And honestly, when I really owned that about my ex, my pain was for me to go take care of on my own, but forgiving him became a huge priority. I mean, I know him so well. I know where his pain stems from, and I actually just want him to not be in pain. I care more about him not being wounded or anything than myself. And a true, like, he can't give me what I ever wanted, what I needed, because he has some wounds to heal on his own. And so did the person that I'm talking about that I dated a year ago. He has some wounds that he has to heal on his own, as well as me going and healing my own shit, right? Like, we just got to own that space. I love you guys. His name's Mark. That's all. That's beautiful. You never know what is happening for you as long as you are praying for that person. And I've been attacked by people, and I will sit back, and this is not me, because if you know the old me, I'm the girl that likes, I'm like, what? I might throw out a right hook. You better watch your mouth. Like, that is the old Bria. You get me hot, you hurt someone I love, and you better watch out, because I see red, and I will just knock someone to the ground. I'm so not that person anymore, but seriously, you guys, like, I was that girl. One thing, when somebody comes at me, or somebody I love, especially when they come at me, I'm really good at this. Someone I love, I'm still working on this, because I'm very protective over my kid, my mom, my family, my best friend. Like, I'm so protective over people. But when people come at me, I can go in a space and just pray for them, because it's not about me. It's about what they think. It's about their wounds. It's about their judgment. It's all about them, and all I can do is release it. Because when you release it, you release yourself. And when you grasp that, your freaking life seriously changes. You are able to just brush people off left and right. Brush them off. Not in a bad way. You don't have to prove yourself or explain yourself to people. You have to show up with what you want to do in your purpose, with your heart, and own it. Thank you, Jess. I made you cry. No, I get it. Oh, I love you guys when you say stuff like that, because it makes me, Brussels Bria, it makes me more vulnerable. And trust me, I don't really care about being vulnerable with, you guys never heard me talk about the guy I dated a year ago. I didn't start talking about it till I healed it, right? I'm always healing something so I can put it somewhere for you guys to heal later. And that's just the life that I'm choosing. That's the life I've chose. I've always been that way, where I want to help people. Right? It's just not letting certain people drag me down in the process. There's the fine line right there. It happens. All right, you guys. I love you. Have an amazing day. I will post the link for the pre-holiday boot camp. And the coupon, I'll have Christina post all that, right? One is an email link. It takes you to the information if you're wanting to read more about it. The other one is straight to the sign up, okay? That's why I have two things, so you guys can learn about it. Plus, it was pre-launched, so. All right, you guys, I'm super excited. There's my mailman. All right, have an amazing day. I love you guys. You absolutely were supposed to listen to this, Rachel. Hi, Tony. Okay, bye, you guys.